In the quiet suburbs of Pasadena, Texas, a simple misunderstanding spiraled into a tragedy that would shatter a family forever. Pasadena, Texas, a city rooted in heart and heritage, located in Harris County, is best known for its beloved Strawberry Festival, a celebration of community, flavor, and tradition. The city offers a rich blend of Texan culture, comfort food, and that unmistakable Southern hospitality. With hot, humid summers and mild to cool winters, Pasadena's climate reflects its warm and welcoming spirit. And here's a standout fact. The Pasadena Volunteer Fire Department holds the title of the largest municipal volunteer fire department in the entire United States, a true testament to the city's dedication and service. This story is heavy, but stick around till the end. I'll share one small healthy habit that's helped me stay grounded. Before we dive into this story, I should mention that there isn't much information available about the case. But let's dive in. It was supposed to be just another night for Thomas Brock and his wife, Julie, who was out for the night. They were heading home, working through a disagreement like any couple does. They decided to pull over, to talk things out in the privacy of their car. A moment of pause, a chance to reconnect. But that moment was tragically misinterpreted. Another driver passing by saw Julie step out of the car. In his mind, a scenario of distress began to play out. He saw a woman he believed was in trouble, and he made a decision that would set in motion a chain of irreversible events. He decided to intervene. He pulled over and approached them. We often talk about the bystander effect, where people fail to act. But what happens when someone acts on incomplete information? When a desire to help, however well-intentioned, is fueled by assumption rather than fact? This stranger, which we will later learn, is Steven Rodriguez, confronted Thomas, believing he was a hero stepping in to save the day. Words were exchanged. What should have been a private conversation between a husband and wife was now a public confrontation. The air grew thick with tension. Thomas and Julie, wanting to de-escalate, got back in their car and drove away, hoping to leave the misunderstanding behind them. As they pulled away, Thomas's vehicle came close to the other car, the same one driven by Rodriguez. It wasn't a collision, but it added fuel to the fire. That's when the real trouble started. Rodriguez took his shirt off and was trying to fight Thomas. Thomas trying to de-escalate the tense situation. Look, I don't want to fight, just relax. But Rodriguez just want to fight. The Brocks get back in the car and driving home. But Rodriguez wasn't finished. Convinced of his own righteousness, he followed them. He followed them all the way to the 1700 block of Johnson Street, where Thomas and Julie called home. The one place that should have been their sanctuary was about to become a scene of unimaginable horror. He arrived at their house, his anger and assumptions now solidified into a dangerous conviction. He confronted Thomas again, right on his own doorstep. The argument reignited, louder and more aggressive this time. Imagine the confusion and fear Thomas and Julie must have felt. A private moment twisted into a public spectacle, a stranger's anger now violating the sanctity of their home. After another heated exchange, the two men got into a fist fight. Rodriguez, still very angry, finally left. A sigh of relief, perhaps, a hope that the nightmare was over? But it wasn't. The anger he carried away with him was a seed, and it was about to blossom into violence. He didn't just go home to cool off. He went to get his brother. Fueled by a shared, distorted narrative, the two brothers returned to the Brocks' home. This wasn't about helping a stranger anymore. It had become personal, a matter of pride and dominance. Together, they forced their way into the house. What followed was a brutal, chaotic attack. Literally dragged out of the house and shot him twice in the chest. Thomas was hurt grievously. Neighbor Antonio Baltizer would later say, "We heard a knock, really hard, almost trying to throw out the door. The dude with the rifle kicked that door in, and Tommy was right there. I called 911, and bam bam 2 shots, said Michael Martin, another neighbor. He saw the 2 men walk out of the house with a gun. He followed them and led police to arrest them. It was crazy. They had shot something. I heard gunshots. I know people that live in this house, said Martin. Brock ran across the street and collapsed on his neighbor's porch. The home he had built with his wife was now a place of violence and terror. In a panic, Julie frantically called for help, her voice a desperate plea against the unfolding tragedy. Her husband, the man she loved, was being attacked in their own home, all because of a stranger's fatal misunderstanding. He was a fighter, Julie would later recall, her words heavy with grief. But this wasn't a fight Thomas had picked. It wasn't one he wanted. This time, she said, He didn't want to fight. He just wanted to enjoy the evening. He just wanted to go home with his wife. He tried to walk away. He tried to de-escalate. He did everything right, but rage followed him. Rage broke down his door. In an emotional interview, Julie said, "What am I supposed to tell my children? Am I tell them your father is not here because he didn't want to fight?" And her account of the road incident differs from other accounts. According to her, there was no argument between her and Thomas before the shooting. She said she is not sure why it happened. Maybe the driver in front of them thought they were too close to their car. Thomas Brock was only 29 years old. A husband, a father of 4 children. A family is left grieving, forced to navigate a world without their husband, their son, their friend. A kind man by all accounts. His life full of potential and love was cut short not by a random act of fate, but by a conscious choice made by others, a choice to escalate to assume the worst, and to answer a perceived slight with overwhelming violence. This story is a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly things can escalate. A disagreement, a well-intentioned but misguided intervention, and an inability to let go. It highlights a terrifying reality. You can do everything in your power to walk away from a conflict, but you can't control the actions of someone who refuses to let you go. Now, 2 brothers face serious charges for their actions. Jacob Rodriguez is the suspected shooter. And what's strange, there are no records of the court case or the outcome or the sentence of the 2 brothers. The legal system will run its course. But no verdict can bring Thomas back. No sentence can mend the hole left in his family's heart. They are left with the haunting what-ifs and the painful memory of how a quiet night in Pasadena turned into a life-altering tragedy. This isn't just a news story. It's a cautionary tale about the immense responsibility that comes with intervention and the devastating power of unchecked anger. It's about a 29-year-old man who just wanted to go home. Before you go, here's one small thing I've learned about taking care of yourself. Did you know that avocado is a superfood? Avocados are more than just trendy, they're packed with heart-healthy fats, fiber, and vitamins. Even half an avocado a day can help support your brain, skin, and mood. So if today felt heavy, maybe add a little green to your plate. Thank you for watching and for taking the time to hear Thomas Brock's story. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content that matters. Stay safe and look out for one another with wisdom and compassion.